Hello everybody and welcome to today's combination class. The two pieces of equipment I'll be using today is a long band and a pair of slides. Like always, the pair of slides can be substituted with socks or hand towels on a smoother, harder surface, or you could use plastic plates on a softer, more textured surface. Okay, so we're going to start with roughly 5 minutes of stretching just to get warm, and then we're going to be going through 10 minutes of a HIIT 360 style high intensity work. So HIIT 360 is high intensity interval training, so we'll be working with 20 seconds on, 40 seconds off. Okay, so you'll have quite a big break in between that each working set there. And then we're going to be going over some slide work for our abs and our upper body today, and we're also going to be using the band for our glutes, our lower body, and a little bit of upper body, so there'll be a crossover of the upper body work. So it's a equal mix or different mix. No, I just won't even say that. Okay, so coming into our stretching component first, just have your long band nearby because we will be using it in our stretching component today. We're just going to start with our feet stacked directly underneath our hips, and we're going to take our hands to our hips as well, stepping one leg out to the side. And now from here, we're going to straighten your legs, bring your chest down towards the floor, bending down back into that same leg, and then rebound, pushing all the way back off to restart. Okay, and let's go other side. Lunging down and extending, pushing the chest through, lunging back away and standing all the way back up. Legs as straight as you can. Nice. Let's go one more on each side. And last one. Coming all the way up. Nice work. So we're going to come to one end of your mat now, and we're just going to go into some inch walks here. So we're going to stand up nice and tall, and then imagine you're peeling yourself off a wall. So we're rolling down through the head, through your shoulders. You can bend your knees whenever you need to get your hands flat on the floor, and we're going to walk it all the way out, keeping your heels down for as long as you can. And now we're going to walk the feet all the way in towards the hands and roll all the way up through the spine, and reverse, rolling all the way down. Hands come to the floor, and now we're going to walk the feet away, push the heels down into an extended sort of down dog position, and then walk it all the way back in, rolling up through the spine. Let's do one more of these. Rolling down, heels stay down, you can bend the knees if you need to. Walking the feet in towards the hands and roll it all the way up. And last one, rolling down, walking the feet away. And walking the hands all the way in, rolling up through the spine. Okay, if you need to hold on to something for this next one in terms of balance, go for it. And we're just going to do some standing swing throughs. Point or flex your foot. You want to have both legs as straight as you can. And let's go 5, 3, and 1. Other side, swinging it through. 5, 4, 3, and 1. Nice. Okay, so we're going to step one leg forward now for a lunge, and let's just drop the knee down at the back, and we're just going to shift forward, hinging as far as you can, and then shifting back. Okay, so if you get a stretch here just by extending the leg, it's not necessary for you to add the hinge, okay? Just drop the chest down as far as you can, and then push back through as far as you can. So hip flexor and quad stretch, hamstring and calf muscle here. And let's go other side, sinking forward and extending. Let's go 2 more. And last one. Okay, drawing it all the way in. Have a little breather and we're going to get into our cardio work now. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through the 5 exercises we're going to be doing for 20 seconds on, 40 seconds off. Okay, the first exercise is a jump squat. So your option for this one, if you're not wanting to jump, you're wanting a lower impact option, is just a air squat, okay? If you're finding you're going to take the non-plyometric options, you might want to spend a little bit more time under tension, okay? So if you want to do it for a full minute or for 40 seconds and then rest for the 20 seconds, that goes for the plyometrics as well. If you're wanting to increase your workload, just flip the rest with the working sets. Okay, so your first option is just an air squat. So you're dropping your hips back first, keeping in contact with your heels, your toes, lifting up through the arches of your feet, and we're keeping our rib cage towards our hips, full hip extension each time. Okay, so this is your option. If you're wanting to progress, a jump squat is just sinking down, exactly the same range, but instead of just coming up, we're jumping it as we do our hip extension. Okay, soft landing through the feet, knees and ankles. Now our second exercise is starting in a plank position. I'll show you an option after this one. So we're starting in a plank position and we're pulling up, opposite hand to leg in the down dog position, coming back, other side, coming back, jumping it in for 5, 2, and 1. Nice work. Okay, have a little breather. Keep your chest up nice and tall. We've got our burpees into our plank shoulder taps next. Remember, you can step them back, step it in, whatever sort of combination you like. We just want to make sure that we're not swiveling and twisting too much in our shoulder taps, okay? Plenty of rest. 15 seconds. Coming up to standing. Getting ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Five seconds. And that's time. Nice work. Hopefully you're starting to get a little bit warmer. Stay nice and tall. Next one we've got is our lunge with knee drive and then reset in the center each time. Okay, 15 seconds. Getting ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Nice and explosive. Feet remain hip distance apart when we lunge it back. That's time. So for those ones, if you're finding that was a little bit too easy, even with the plyometric, on the next round, let's do continuous jump lunges instead. Okay, last exercise is our mountain climbers. Still got 20 seconds before we go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Keep shifting your shoulders over your hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Stay nice and tall. By the way, I haven't forgotten about our stretch that we're going to be doing with the resistance band. We'll be doing it after this next round. There's a little bit of a cool down to bring your, not cool down, but a little bit of a moment to catch your breath and bring your heart rate down a little bit. Okay, before we go into our glute work. Okay, so we're starting back from the very beginning with our jump squats now. Remember, whatever option you like. Let's go hard. Only one more of each. Getting ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. Five. Nice work. Whew. My legs are already starting to get a little bit tired. Next one is our plank to down dog, opposite taps, and then 2 frog jumps in. Okay, 20 seconds. Alrighty, getting ready. Walking it out into your plank position to begin. Shoulders are shifting over your hands. 2, 1, let's go. Tap. And that's time. Okay, we've got our burpees next with the shoulder taps in our plank position. Grab a drink if you need. "20 seconds. "10. Keep your core nice and tight here, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go. Four, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. So we've got our lunging one next. Remember, your option is to do continuous plyometric lunge, alternating legs, if you found the last time was a little bit too easy. Okay, 15 seconds. Second last one. Then we have mountain climbers, and then no more jumping, okay? Getting ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And time. Okay, last one here. Getting ready for our mountain climbers. 30 seconds. Big breath. So it's normal to feel your shoulders and your quads as well as your core in your mountain climber work. 15 seconds. Keep pushing your shoulders down away from your ears, nice and full. Okay, getting ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. "10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Okay, let's grab our long band now. I'm just going to do those stretches that I was talking about at the beginning. So we're going to place the long band. You can use a towel as well, or a piece of rope if you don't have a resistance band. And we're just going to hook it around the leg or around the foot. Okay, laying flat on our back. And now we're going to use the band, bending the knee, pulling the knee in towards your chest, and then stretching it all the way away. And then pull the leg as close to your chest as you can, keeping the knee straight, and then ease it back off, bending, pulling it all the way in, and straighten, pull it in. Okay, so your option, if you don't have this range to begin with, if your leg is further towards the floor, that's fine, okay? Everyone's got individualized range here, and we're going to bend the knee, pulling it out towards the side, and then just pull it up as far as you can, keeping the leg as straight as you can, okay? As long as you're feeling the stretch through the hamstring, some of you might feel your calf muscle here, some of you might even feel your hip a little bit when we bend. That's what we want from this, okay? It doesn't matter how far it actually is to your chest. Let's go last one. Alrighty, swapping it over, and we'll go to the other side. So bending and straighten, pulling it towards you and back. And last one. and back. Nice work. Okay, feel free to have a little drink now, and we're going to come back up to standing with your long band for our glute work. Coming up to standing, and we're going to step inside the long band now, and we want our feet to be about hip distance apart, and we're going to pull the band up and over our head to be around our neck. Now you can actually do all of this standing sequence with one of the shorter bands if you don't have a long band at home. Just a quick tip, if you are going to use the short band, the further it is down around, further it is to your ankle, the harder it is to move. Okay, so if you pull it up just below the knees, it will probably replicate a long band more closely. Okay, so we're going to transfer our weight to one side. Okay, so I'm going to shift my weight onto my left leg, and let's take our hands to our hips. If you prefer to hold the band, do what feels good for your neck. Okay, and now we're going to take the right leg out to the side from here, and we're going to pulse it for 3, 2, 1, and then bend it in, and we're bending in the left leg and tapping down the right heel, standing it back up and out for 3, 2, 1, bend it down and tap, reaching straight back up, and 3, 2, control. Okay, so we're working through your abductors, so your glute med and glute minor on this outside leg, and then we're also working through the glute and the quad on the left side to control the bend and the extension through the leg there. Okay, keep it going. Let's go 3 more. 2, and last one. Nice work. Shifting all the way over, and we're going to do all of that exactly the same on the other side. So let's think rib cage down towards your hips, and we're drawing in with the core as well. And let's go reaching the leg out, and 3, 2, 1, tap it down and lift. 2, 3, tap. 2, 1. Shoulders are down. It's normal to feel your supporting side working quite hard here as well. Let's go 2 more. And last one. Tap and return back to the center. Okay, have a little breather, and we're just going to come to one end of the mat now, and we're going to take the feet about hip distance apart. Now this one, if you don't feel it working through the glutes, you might have too much of the band in between the legs. Okay, so to make this harder, you'll just bring one foot in, okay, and then push it back away, and just keep scooping more and more of the band out into this range rather than being in between the feet. In contrast, if it's feeling too hard, you can always squat down and pull a little bit more of the band in between your feet here. Okay, and then that'll help to take some of the slack off. Okay, so let's go to one end of your mat. We're going to be working with the mat's length. If you don't have a mat with you, it's like roughly the length of a towel. Okay, it doesn't, it's just a blueprint. Okay, there's no right or wrong. Okay, so we're just going to be keeping the legs at that distance apart the whole time, and now we're just going to take one leg back and then the other leg back. Okay, so little walks here. Keep pushing the knees out to the side, and once you get to the end of your mat, we're just walking back forward. So we're just keeping constant tension on the band here. Okay, now your progression from here, and this is something I really like to do personally, when we're doing our walks, you can swivel one foot in and then push it back away. So in and away. It's drawing like a little mini semicircle. Okay, and then you can do the same thing on the way back, 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 and back. Okay, let's keep going with these. So I'm getting about 8 walks in forward and 8 back. Try and get a little bit lower in your legs if you can. And last one. And back, last time. 7. 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Okay, just take your legs out of the band here, and we're just going to do a couple of upright rows for our upper body now. So stepping back inside the band. Now the elbows are leading up from here, okay, rather than the hands and the wrists leading up, okay? So we want to try and keep the wrists stacked, so there's a long line. We're not breaking that line either way here, okay? So starting with our feet stacked underneath our hip bones here, and then we're just going to be rowing up, pulling the elbows up, keeping the shoulders down, and then control it all the way down. Arms are straight, reach them all the way out, and control it back down. And you can also hold hand weights for this one if you don't have a long band. Okay, so let's go row, control down, straight arms, and down. Keeping our rib cage to hips. Okay, let's do 3 rows. 2, 1, and then just single front raise. 3, 2, and 1. Single. Keep it going. Last ones. 3. And out. Whew. Awesome job. So let's just step out of the band, and we're just going to do some banded pull aparts. So it's up to you. The narrower your hands are, the harder this one is. So we're going to bring the arms up to be in line with your shoulders. Keep pushing the shoulders down away from your ears, keeping our rib cage towards our hips. If you prefer to be kneeling or seated for this one, you can, okay? And we're just going to go away, controlling all the way back in. Let's go 5. 2, and 1. Nice. Okay, have a little breather. We're going to do one more round of the pull aparts. Okay, coming back into it, we're going to keep a stacked wrist for this one as well. And let's go away, controlling in. 10 more. 5. And 1. Whew, awesome job. Okay, have a little stretch, do whatever you need to do, and now we're going to clear some space for our slide work, okay? So I'm going to fold my mat up in half. Okay, so we're moving into our slides work now. We're going to be starting with our ab focused work. Now, if you don't have a pair of slides or the slides feel a little too unstable for you, everything that we're doing, you can be doing by stepping it in. So for example, we're going to be doing some pipes in a plank from the slides. With this one, you can be walking it in and walking it out. Okay, we've got some abductions out to the side. You can just tap and tap. Okay, so please don't feel like you're going to miss out or that there's no option. Just do everything and walk it. Keep your legs as straight as you can if they are straight with the slides, okay? Replicate us, or me, the best you can. Okay, so we're going to come up into a plank position. Up to you whether you want to be on your elbows or your hands. If your hands are feeling a little tired, especially your wrists after some of the plyometric work, the mountain climbers, and what else did we do on the hands? Mountain climbers and the planks and burpees, you're more than welcome to do it on your elbows. Just know that your range is going to be a bit smaller. Okay, so we're going to start with the first exercise that I showed you, which is the pike planks. So I'll show you it on your elbows now. We're going to try and have the hands flat towards the floor, extending out into your plank, and then push the shoulders up and control it all the way back down. We want to make sure that we're not collapsing through your lower back here. There's no rush. And let's go 5 more. And 1. Nice. Have a little breather. And the next one we're going to be doing is the lateral movement that I just went over as well. You can still have a break now while I talk you through this one. So everything is staying nice and still, but one leg is going out to the side. Then we return back to the square position. Okay, our hips stay facing the floor. We're avoiding where you dip and swivel, okay? So you want to try and have your foot towards the center of your slide here. Elbows or your hands, let's push up into your plank, and we'll go just lateral, lateral for 4, and then we're going to do 1 pike, okay? And then back to 4. So let's extend away, and we've got 4, 3, 2, 1, piking it up, and then control it all the way back down. 4, 3, up, and control. Keep it going. So you'll find that this still feels like a little bit of upper body work as well. And have a little breather. Nicely done. I'm hoping that you're feeling your shoulders a little bit. If you weren't, I want you to start thinking about shifting your shoulders over your hands, if you're on your hands, or your elbows a little bit more. Okay, we're trying not to put too much weight into your slides. 1, it makes it harder to move, and it definitely just loads up your quads a little bit more and your hip flexors. And then 2, you're not getting all the upper body benefits that I'm aiming for you to get in today's class plan. Okay, let's do it one more time. Now we're going to be adding on. So we've got the 4 reaches out to the side, 1 pike, and then we've got 4 mountain climbers. Okay, so 4, 3, 2, 1, reaching straight in. And then it goes out to 4, 3, 4, pike, 4 mountain climbers. Alrighty, I'm going to try, well, our aim, okay, is to do minimum 3 rounds through, maximum 5. Okay, I'm going to do 5, hold myself accountable, make myself do it, and hopefully I can motivate some of you to do it with me. Okay, so let's do it. These are the last core exercises on the slides, okay, and then we'll do some teaser, and then it'll wrap us up. Okay, so let's come down. We've got the 4 sides, 1 pike, 4 mountain climbers, 5 times through. Okay, ready? Let's do it. 3, 4, pike, lower, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2. Pike, lower, 3. 4. And last one. Awesome job. Okay, let's take the slides just off to the side, and we'll roll our mat back out. We're coming into our teaser work now. So you have a couple of options, especially if the teaser is pretty new for you. It's definitely about, well, not all of it, but a lot of it is to do with balance and our flexibility, okay, and then strength as well. Okay, so I'll show you what a full teaser is, and then if you already know and you've done them with me, you can get going and get into yours. Otherwise, I'll show you your scaling options. Okay, so a full teaser is starting with the arms reaching overhead, the legs are fully extended as well, and we're going to draw our chin towards our chest, rolling up through the chest and lifting the legs at the same time to come to a point on your legs, okay? Sorry, on your tailbone, okay? So have your legs as straight as you can. It's okay if you need a bend though. We're focusing on the balance and the ab strengthening component of this rather than it being a mobility exercise. Okay, so let's draw our chin towards our chest and we're rolling up, lifting the legs and the chest at the same time. Just come up as high as you can. Remember, you can be here and then control it all the way down. Rolling down. Okay, so you can keep going with that if you feel comfortable with this one. Next option is you could do it one-legged, so you still have one foot on the floor to help sort of push your other leg off. Okay, it's just a bigger base. You might feel a bit stronger here. Otherwise, your last option is you can start up in your end range position and work on the roll down, and then you can roll back up off the elbows and then roll down. Okay, so whatever option you like, and we're going to spend a minute from now working through that. Let's do it. So it doesn't matter how many you get done, you want it to be nice and controlled. So we have 30 more seconds. Nice and slow as we come down, especially when we're rolling off the tailbone. Ten seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Nicely done. Okay, if you want to stay and practice your teasers, go for it. I'd love to see your progress, or if you're starting out, how you're going. Feel free to film it and send it through to me. Thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you tomorrow.